Tupac Shakur father speaks out and calls the AI videos of him disrespectful, disgusting, and they're misrepresenting what his son really stood for. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get into some of this straight game.
Life is like some cards. It's not what you dealt, but how you play it. Play each situation correctly. I remember they used to laugh at a brother.
Welcome back, guys. Welcome back. It's your boy Delray Richardson, platinum artist, platinum songwriter, Straight Game TV. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate your time. Do me a favor. Click on the thumbs up button. Also, subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And like I always say, if you want to be one of the first people notified when I drop some of the Straight Game, please do me a favor and click on what appears to be that little bell notification right below this video, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to get right into it. Ladies and gentlemen, there's been a lot of videos lately popping up, AI videos, if you will, of Tupac Shakur and Notorious B.I.G., Bruce Lee, Kobe Bryant, Bob Marley, Fidel Castro, Michael Jackson, and so on and so forth. But the latest round of AI videos has been what one would say is very disrespectful, mainly coming from Tupac Shakur's father, ladies and gentlemen. Basically, this is what he had to say. Mr. Billy Garland, I interviewed him over on the Art of Dialogue. If you have not seen that interview, go check it out. Check it out, ladies and gentlemen. Look, Billy Garland, this is what he posted. He said, on the personal note, this AI shit about my son is nothing more but distortion of his legacy, disgusting and disrespect of his beliefs. Pac's been gone 30 years now. These misguided opinions and statements from government control AI of stupid shit are nothing more but projections of lies and behavior that has no factual relevance. I don't wish to see it. It's not entertaining. It's programming one's legacy. Tupac showed you who he was. Keep it real. And that's from Tupac's father. And he also posted on here one of the Tupac's mug shots and the lyrics from a song. He said, no one knows my struggle. They only see the trouble. Not knowing it's hard to carry on when no one loves you. That's from one of Tupac's songs. And we can see the various pictures of Mr. Garland's son, Billy Garland, former Black Panther son, ladies and gentlemen. And I'll say this. So they had a boycott going on involving Target, if you will. I find things to be, quite ironic. I'm like, Tupac, I'm sure because it went viral, it was viral. Tupac shopping at Target, if you will. And to me, it was a plant. Somebody did that on purpose. That was not done by mistake. That was not done by someone who just thought of, let's, show Tupac shopping or eating at Roscoe's Chicken and Waffle or shopping at the Beverly Center or shopping on Rodeo Drive in Beverly Hills. It was specifically knowing the iconic legacy that Tupac has. It was a specific and shopping at Target with Tupac actually carrying a Target basket in his hand, ladies and gentlemen. That was what you call marketing. Somebody wanted to market that, like I said, knowing the effect it would have, hoping that it would drive people to go to Target, if you will, mainly African Americans. So I saw through that. Like I said, I don't know if many people caught that one, but, that's what it was. So when Tupac's father basically says in his statement, when he says Pac's been gone 30 years now, these misguided opinions and statements from government-controlled AI of stupid shit are nothing more but projections of lies and behavior that has no factual relevance, ladies and gentlemen, he could not be speaking the truth no louder than he has spoken it in his statement. There was another video I also seen of a video of it was Tupac and the Notorious B.I.G. and Biggie. And like I said, for the people who know, who may not know, Biggie and Tupac were close at one time. They were friends at one time, if you will. And there's also a video of Tupac in Vegas that night. Tupac basically telling somebody who allegedly came up to him and said, yeah, they got a dude over there, basically showing what Tupac should have did on that night. Basically, Tupac says something to the effect of, or the AI, the AI of Tupac says something to the effect of, yeah, no, it's too many people here. We ain't gonna do that. Like, come on, we gonna grow because blah, 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 right? I was like, wow, looking at that like, well, once again, that would be a inaccurate situation because that's not what happened. And like I said, once again, using Tupac once again. But there's another one that was really, really disturbing. I thought the one with him and Kobe Bryant, the AI of Kobe Bryant was very disrespectful. Once again, they had one of Martin Luther King and Malcolm X eating spare ribs, pork spare ribs, knowing that Malcolm X didn't eat spare ribs. They also have the one of that hit me, another marketing a product, if you will, of Tupac Shakur and Notorious B.I.G. Drinking Pepsi, if you will, drinking Pepsi, like kind of like saluting once again. Most people don't understand that even though they think that that's cool, it's not, because both of those young men are dead. Well, let's be clear. All of the people that they were showing, Bruce Lee, Michael Jackson, Fidel Castro, Tupac Shakur, Kobe Bryant, Notorious B.I.G., are all deceased. And their images and likeness are controlled usually by their estate. So the disrespect comes in is, I don't care what kind of AI you could put together involving Tupac Shakur. It won't help sell the product any more than it would have any other time, because Tupac is dead. And that would be what Mr. Garland called, once again, when you look at the statement again, right? It said this AI stupid shit are nothing more than projections of lies and behavior that has no factual relevance. He said he doesn't wish to see it. It's not entertaining. It's programming one's legacy. Tupac showed you who he was. Keep it real. Ladies and gentlemen, the same people that are trying to project Tupac an AI image are the same people who did not like Tupac when he was alive. So now, the tampering with his image and likeness is, disrespectful, like I said, and also disgusting, according to Billy Garland, Tupac's father. So like I said, I wanted to get your opinion and tell me what you think down in the comments, ladies and gentlemen, with this AI thing. I thought it was disrespectful when Drake attempted to use AI and, clone Tupac's voice, put him on the track. And yeah, I thought that was disrespectful in the Kendrick Lamar battle. Once again, so this is not about who does it. It's more of who they're doing it of, right? And so when you think about that from that perspective, it's like, half of these people that are doing these AI videos never met Tupac Shakur, didn't know him, nothing about him, right? And we have enough Tupac videos and information and interviews and his expression and the things that he talked about, things that he cared about, was passionate about here, to not really entertain this AI craziness. Like I said, AI can be great. It can be a great thing, if used properly. But like I said, in this situation, it's not. It definitely is not. So like I said, now let's be clear. Technology, right, can be beautiful, when we use it with good intention. But when it starts being used to distort the truth, right, profit off of pain or mock a man's real legacy, that's a whole different thing. Like I said, for most people to understand, it's a whole different thing. And when Tupac's father, Mr. Garland, he didn't mince his words. He called the AI disrespectful and disgusting, and to his son's name and the integrity of who Tupac really was, right? So when we set the stage, we set the stage from that perspective. Over the past year, social media has been flooded with AI clips of fake new songs by Tupac, deepfake interviews, and even fake conversations between Tupac and people who weren't even around, him like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of crazy how people want to create this relevancy, or should I say relevance of themselves with this AI technology, right? We're seeing folks using AI like basically to create his voice, image, and his mannerism, if you want to be perfectly clear. And these videos are getting millions of views with no respect for the estate, no permission from the family, and no truth behind what's being said, ladies and gentlemen. And like I said, it's very important that we, wake up to what's really going on. Like I said, I'm not against AI. Like I said, but when people make videos like this, dealing with stuff like that, it's like, nah, I'm good. We're good. Like I said, once again, Dr. Dre and, or should I say Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg used the hologram. But when they did that, they actually got permission from Afeni Shakur and also Dr. Dre donated money to the Tupac Amaru Shakur Foundation, if you will, right? And so you got to understand that. And let's be real. This isn't art, ladies and gentlemen. This isn't art. It's not art at all. It's exploitation. It's exploitation. They're exploiting Tupac's name and image and likeness, right? Like I said, with the Pepsi thing, right? Like I said, with the Target thing, right? It was this, Tupac wasn't just a soundbite or a hologram, right? He was a man with a purpose, a message, and a legacy built in truth and not algorithms, if you will, So like I said, when Billy Garland, Tupac's father, saw some of these AI clips, once again, circulating online, he spoke from his heart. He spoke from his heart. But like I said, you saw what he said. Once again, for the people just tuning in, you see it. See, on the personal note, this AI shit about my son is nothing more than nothing but distortion of his legacy, disgusting and disrespect of his beliefs. Pacs have been gone 30 years now. These misguided opinions and statements from government-controlled AI of stupid shit are nothing more than projections of lies and behavior that has no factual relevance, right? He don't wish to see it. It's not entertaining. It's programming one's legacy. Tupac showed you who he really was. So he's asking, the people who believed in him to keep it real. And so when you understand that, you're going to understand, like I said, what he said, right? And that's really, really deep when you think about it. Like I said, because when the man who basically raised Tupac, like I said, when he was allowed to raise Tupac and be around, like I said, if you have not seen the Art of Dialogue interview that I did, you have to go check it out. It's coming from a place of protection. Billy Garland has always been about authenticity, right? The truth about who his son was, what he believed in, and what he died for. Like I said, you got to check the interview out that I did with the Art of Dialogue on over on the Art of Dialogue's channel, right? And think about it. These AI clips can literally make Tupac say things he never said, right? That's dangerous. That's very dangerous, ladies and gentlemen. That's rewriting history. So you got to understand that, when I'm doing this video, I'm just being authentic and honest as possible. Like I said, once again, if you want to know what Billy Garland truly felt about his son, you go over to the Art of Dialogue and you can watch the interview that had done the right amount of views, that got the right amount of attention based on the authenticity of the interview and the authenticity of Billy Garland's words, right? So you got to understand, this is a whole trend, right? This whole AI trend basically opens up a bigger conversation about ethics in hip hop and digital resurrection, right? What happens when the culture stops protecting its icons and starts letting like tech companies or a big or YouTube chasers, right? You know, that's chasing clicks, you know, decide what Tupac would have said. You get it? You already got people out here talking about, yeah, you know, Pac was alive, he would have did X, Y, and Z. These people didn't know Tupac. Once again, never met him, didn't know him, right? So you got to ask yourself, what happens when the culture stops protecting its icons, right? And starts letting tech companies or YouTubers chasing clicks decide what Tupac would have said. This is no different from taking someone's lyrics and twisting them, you know, out of context for clout, you know? So like I said, once again, using a man's image to make money off of the illusion of his voice, you know what I mean? It's crazy. So the real question is, should there be laws protecting deceased artists from unauthorized AI use? I believe that there is, like I said, once again, and I think we're going to see some lawsuits, as we've seen some lawsuits already come about in regards to dealing with this, right? Should families like the Garlands and Tupac Shakur, Sister Setua, and his family on both sides, right, have the final say, or other on, you know, basically whether their loved one's voice, images, and likeness can be used like that. You know what I mean? And I believe the answer is yes, because this is about respect, not replication. It's all about respect, ladies and gentlemen, not replication. And so just understanding, like I said, understanding the big picture, man. You know what I mean? You know, when, like I said, when I worked on projects and interviews surrounding Tupac, right, I always came from a place of truth and respect. I never wanted to sensationalize. And like I said, I knew Tupac, you know what I mean? So when I hear AI making fake Pac verses or people clout chasing off his name, I got to speak on it, because Tupac represented the struggle, the movement, the voice of the unheard. And as Billy Garland said, this AI wave doesn't honor that. It distorts it. It's disgusting because it's detached from the humanity of the man and who Tupac was and his actual feelings. Like, you can go watch that BET interview he did with Ed Gordon, and you can understand where he was coming from. You can't duplicate that with an AI Tupac, ladies and gentlemen. And he already said it, and he's actually on film, so you don't need to take those words and try to put anything behind it other than what he actually said, right? Tupac's legacy doesn't need a reboot, right? It doesn't need a do-over. It needs real people continuing his message. That's how we keep him alive, through truth and not manipulation, and the manipulation of his words and his image and his likeness, right? So let me hear the comments below, ladies and gentlemen. Tell me what you guys think. How y'all feel about this? Are these AI Pac videos artistic expression or straight up disrespect? Make sure you hit the like buttons, subscribe button, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate you guys coming through. And like I said, one more time for the people who didn't see Tupac's father, Billy Garland's statement and what he put up. You see it right here, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, your boy Delray, straight gang.
Life is like those cards. It's not what you dealt, but how you play it. Play each situation correctly. I remember they used to laugh at a brother.